Okay, guys, in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the Ali Abdal's $5 million funnel. It's a very simple one. Also, the secrets that are involved in this funnel. It's a very simple one, but he put some really brilliant ideas together. Also, I'm going to be walking you through the funnels. Like you see, I've broken them down and giving you the breakdown of each single section. This is something you not find anywhere at all. I don't think there's any creator breaking this down as much as I will be breaking it down for you. So without wasting much time, let's get into it. So for those that don't know who Ali Abdal is, Ali Abdal is a YouTube creator that was once a doctor. So if you look at his YouTube, you see Doctor Ali Abdal, which is quite interesting. He was once a doctor, but transitioned into creating YouTube video about 7 years ago. Right, he used to create medical videos to guide his colleagues, especially when they're preparing for exams. And he has, of course, gone onto YouTube to build over 6 million subscribers, and is popularly known for the word productivity because that's like his focus, right? Before he started teaching people how to grow on YouTube, because I mean, it's normal when you start building this brand or start putting out content, people start reaching out to you, especially when you're growing very well, start reaching out to you to teach them how you're doing it. And the cool thing about this is he used to also have a physical like a meetup where he guides people, shows them how to do this particular thing he teaches in the course physically. But because he, of course, the number were increasing and he can't keep traveling to cities to teach people how to do this, he had to like package it into a course, which has gone on to do this very incredible number, which I believe from the interview he had with Marcel Bronson could be doing probably extra $2 or $3 million this 2025, which could be taking it to talking about 7, 8, $9 million per year from this same program. So first thing, we're going to be talking about the three steps, right? Which I call the triple G of this funnel, which is what he used, and which first one is for getting traffic, right? Next to get them interested and to get them to buy. So this is for getting traffic. Then next is for getting them interested. Then next is how you get them to buy. So, of course, the first and most important part of every funnel is the traffic, because first thing, if you don't have traffic running into your program, I don't know how you want to sell because nobody's going to know what you're doing or what you, no matter how good your product is, if you don't have inflow of traffic coming in, nobody's going to know what you're doing, and you cannot make say. And it's a game of numbers, right? The more traffic you send in, the more money you make. Because let's say you're sending in 1,000, and most times the conversion rate is around 25 to 30%, like at best. I mean, that's you do selling to 300%, right? Then you increase by extra 1,000 or to 10,000 to 100K. You see how the number is increasing. So that's just how the game of traffic works, right? So first, we're going to start with TikTok. So on TikTok, he posts, of course, a breakdown from his YouTube, and your idea is just to get you to know him. This is like the top of funnel, right? These are clips from both YouTube accounts from his, because he has to YouTube, which I'm going to show you later on. So he gets clips from both YouTube accounts and put them on here, which he shares both on TikTok and on his Instagram and Facebook shorts, reels rather, not shorts. Right. So the idea here is it's because one of the good thing about these shorts and reels is they go very fast. So he is not using much of clippers like most of the other top guys or gurus are doing, but he just uses just posts on his YouTube account, and because he's not the guy that drops quote unquote, right? He's just some chilled guy. So, on his TikTok, he gets traffic and mostly forwards them to his channel them to his YouTube, right? Or if he's talking about his book, he sends them to his book funnel, which is just a landing page, right? Or his personal brand page. But here he sends them to his YouTube. Then of course, so the YouTube is sending content to these guys, and these guys send them back to the YouTube, right? And I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you why it's in a minute. Then next is the TikTok, Twitter X account, which he just talks about business and productivity, right? So you can see the kind of things he shares here. He just writes really cool threads that go viral sometimes. Then next, he also shares what's it called? Yeah, things like that to productivity tweets, then he just shares value basically on his Twitter account and his X account. And that is what he does on X. Then down to the Instagram and Facebook, which is almost similar. All right, he shares value posts like X, and of course, on like X, they are more visual, just like the TikTok. Right, he keeps it very simple actually on his page. The next is of course he also shares slides. This is also one of the good things that is getting traction now on YouTube, according to one of the top execs at Instagram. Right, I think that is CEO so that said I mentioned something about slides now doing very good numbers because when you slide up, you see the first one, and when you keep scrolling down your timeline, you see the second slide again. If you have 10 slides, you see that slide, that post 10 times before you really exhaust seeing it. So that's the cool thing about slides. Then he also picks some of the content here as well and run paid traffic to them. All right, which we're gonna go into. I believe I shared okay. Right, he wants paid traffic to them. So and that's particular. So sometimes he uses they create particular creatives for their creatives for their their ads, but most of the time, so they just you pick some of their videos and run ads. So if you look at some of the videos, you see sponsored, which shows that they are running ads with that particular video because it's doing well. So before I get to paid traffic, let me go to okay. I think we are now at the point where we'll talk about YouTube, which is YouTube is like YouTube and the pay traffic. They are like the two main killers, right? Which is why I don't want to go to pay traffic yet. So now to YouTube. So YouTube is where he sells actually 'cause almost all his videos are VSLs, video sales letters. Actually, once he talks about YouTube, not all though, because he's not that guy that likes selling. So he doesn't do more of selling. He's not that aggressive with selling. So it's understandable. He just shares this anything things about part-time YouTube Academy on which is the name of this program on any video where it speaks about growing YouTube account because it doesn't just talk about going, it talks about productivity as well. And all right, so the first thing, let's go to Ali Abdal's main page. All right, okay, yeah, this is the main page. All right, and he has about 6 million followers here. Right, and let me see. I think there's a place. Yeah, you can see the Dr. Ali Abdal. Very cool stuff. So yeah, there are 6 million subscribers here. So this is the main page, and the reason why I had, which is the main reason why this main page is so good because here he shares long form videos and it teaches people about being productive and equally shares guide on how to go on YouTube. The audience actually warm because by the time they binge watch his videos for 1 to 2 hours, there's no way you wouldn't know, like, and trust him. So for you to be able to buy from someone, right? So you have to just a second, let me pick my pen. You have to know, like, and trust them, right? So know in the sense that you now know who they are, you now like them, of course. So this is very simple. And the idea of this knowing, like, and trusting them is understanding that most people that your content meets or your product meets do not even know you, and they don't know you, they don't like you, don't trust you. The chance of them buying from you is close to zero because nobody's going to spend money on who they don't know, especially for things like this, considering the fact that the amount of scams that exist these days are crazy, right? So, and the good thing about long form content is, according to the Google's research, the 711, I can't remember what is like. I think it's like 711 4. I'll confirm that, right? So it says that for a customer to buy from you, they must have consumed your content for 7 hours, right? 7 hours, yeah, 7 hours, and at 11 different touch points, right? So you must have seen your content for 7 hours, binge watch, and that doesn't have to be from one place, right? But it could be from different areas combined 7 hours. But then the good thing about YouTube is that now YouTube is long, so there's no way you look at somebody's page for especially people that drop long form content like Ali Abdaal, right? That you would not like them eventually, right? Which is why most of these top guys go on podcasts to maximize other people's audience. They stay there for 1 or 2 hours. There's no way you watch that video for 1 or 2 hours and you're not like be interested in who they are because that's how the owner of the podcast brought them in the first place. So moving on to at least second page because he has a second page where he does majorly podcast and not just podcast. He does like practical things on growing business. Right, since he started loving more about business, he now gets top entrepreneurs and interview them on how they are building their business. So in this Ali's second YouTube page, right, focuses more on practical content where he interviews top business people sharing practical knowledge on how to build a business, right? Just a second, how to build a business, right? It's only like 600,000 subscribers at the time of making this video, right? And this is more like a top of funnel strategy because most people will look for this podcast when they see their favorite creators on it and come here to watch. So one thing you also know about this podcast is now these other guys also have the social media page. Like you can see Alex Somozi, you can see Stephen Bartlett, you can see who else is here? If you can see I can see Andrew and other top guys. So when he just a second. So when he invites them now on their social media page today, will also have their own social media team will take clips of this podcast and post on their page. So when those their own fans see this video and like, oh, I want to see the full episode of this because oh my guy is making sense. They of course find them down to this at this page, right? Which is which is where they now see who is interviewing them and it's a laptop. From there they get interested and they can start that's at that point they've registered the face and for some of them might also try to like learn more about him and that's where they then land on his own YouTube page and voila, that's where it happens. And if you like what he's doing, you want to learn from him because it teaches very well actually. Then next is the shots, which of course they get from for this one, this particular shot under Ali Abdal. This is the main Ali Abdal's page. They cut content from both the podcasts and the main YouTube page, right? They use them to fill these ones. Yeah, need them to fill these ones with the shots, and also this shot also goes to his own page too, especially if they're like banger like statements and stuff, right? So he doesn't actually push his PTYA on Instagram, X, and Facebook. He just talks about them once in a while, then send them to his YouTube where they get sent to the landing page, right? Then, like I mentioned earlier, to then he also pushes his book once in a while as well. It's a type of funnel strategy. So while that is happening, you now see how we get down. The good thing about this YouTube is since they now know, like, and trust him, they spend maybe 2 or 3 hours liking knowing about him and they go to his page. They don't have to be given any abracadabra again, any magic to now know what they are there for. Right. You know what you saw that brought you here. Now what about you here. So you're not stranger to what you're coming there to do, right? So it's going to be easier for you to buy because you now know him. So you just have to like go to the page and you're sold. Even the VSL alone can get you sold. Now next is paid traffic. He runs meta ads. I counted the number of meta ads he was running. It was over 40. Yeah, it's running over 40 different ads. Some to the VSL for part-time YouTube Academy and others to the accelerator, which he has taken down. Accelerator, my check, accelerator is no longer active. I think they've taken it down. So I think accelerator is the $5,000 program where they like guide you, hold your hands till you work, right? It's the highest the highest level of his in his value ladder, right? So there's a value ladder where right you could be selling a program of say $1 to get people into your funnel, right? Then from when it gets to this, you get them to the next one, which is in this case is 955, if I'm not mistaken, or 995, right? So from when you get this $1, they get the people for $1 to get qualified, then which is what he was doing before. From the then once you get qualified with the $1, you're then sold to get the next one. Then from this, you're sold to get the next high ticket one or higher ticket in this case. Okay, what am I doing? Wow, 5K. Yeah, so that's how the value data works. So these guys are should it's a mistake actually. You're supposed to go uh up like this. You're supposed to go like this. I think I have to like draw this again. Supposed to go like this from the bottom to the top. So $1, the next one, then the next one. You understand? So that's it. Then moving forward. So yeah, and most of these ads have been running for over 6 months, which means they are working. So like bringing you down back to this, I used to do this before. He had a $1 funnel before, $1 funnel, but now he no longer does that. He just sends them straight to the 1K program, and if you're buying good, if you're not buying, you get to take the next area, which I will share you. You get to take his calculator that takes you to his email, right? You go through his calculator that takes you to the email. So using that email, they then like warm you up and, of course, do the selling to you there, which is pretty much simple, like the email list thingy, and it's just less stress there. Then moving on, now we are done with getting traffic. Now after they've gotten okay, yeah, this is what I was trying to explain the 7-4-11 rule. I don't know how I missed this. Right. So oh my goodness, how did I miss podcast? So now podcast, he also goes on podcast to get new people into his ecosystem, right? Which of course, the time you consume, you're going to find out who he is, which also brings you into his loop, right? From his YouTube or wherever you find it. If it's Instagram, you find it somehow. You find it back to the YouTube. So it just goes around like that. Then it brings you to which is where this Google rule falls in. It says that before making a purchase, the customer needs 7 hours of engagement with your content, 11 touch points with your brand, and 4 separate locations where they interact with you. It's simple. They get to consume your content for 7 hours, then 11 touch points, which means at 11 different points. It could be at maybe they scroll one channel and see you. They scroll their normal Instagram and see you first time, school again, see you second time, while scrolling through their reels. Then somehow they see you on YouTube, they see you on TikTok, which is 7. But this is like the the please the point where there's no amount of jinxing that can stop them from buying from you. But I think sometimes you don't have to get to this number for them to buy for you. You can, if you are in need of that program, you can consume the content for just a short time and still go on and buy. So without wasting much time, yeah, it's a lot easier to convert when you actually like somehow you've gone through all of this. So this is a VSL, which is crazy, 2.1 million views, free traffic. To challenge to go into this from Ali's YouTube page, and I'm going to show you how that works. Then we're done with traffic. Let's get to how you get them interested. So it's simple. Now, the VSL which was posted in Ali's main YouTube page is crazy. 4.1 million views is wild. Alright, it's wild. Then so the one hour VSL delivered as if I started a YouTube channel in 2025, I'll do this. The purpose of this video is not just to show the audience all the methods to grow a YouTube channel, is to convince the audience that his program is the best to learn how to do it. Then this video is for those that are problem and solution aware, but are not product aware. So when it comes to selling to your audience, you want to know how aware they are. If they are uh, uh, if they are problem aware, and if they are solution aware. Problem aware means they know they have the problem, but they don't know the solution exists for it. So solution aware means they know they have a problem and they know there's a solution out there for it, but probably they've not seen the best solution yet. Then product aware is okay, they know they have a problem, they know there's a solution for it, and they are aware you have a product for it. Do you understand? So they know they have at this point, they know they have a problem, they know they want to put out a YouTube channel, they know they have a problem already. But they don't know if there's a solution, and also they also know they also know there is a they know they have a problem. They also know there's a solution for it, but they're not aware of Ali Abdal's products, right? To buy from him. So he first shows them what can be done and a little of how to do it before introducing them to his product, which is normal for VSL, right? And um, of course, this- yeah, that of course that's what the what's it called, the VSL is all about. Then also before I get to the next level of the VSL, um, I think something is missing. All right. So yeah, before I get to the next level of VSL, you could also also while on this VSL, one of the link in this on this description is this this scoreboard. This should be scoreboard, not this scoreboard, right? The scoreboard on his page. So the scoreboard practically help you see what level you are on this the spectrum and see how you can be solved. They give you like a tailored solution. That way, I mean, you get it. You can go on and build the channel with this and you'll be successful either that way. So when you want to take this scoreboard, I took it, right? And of course, I filled my emails. This is them getting into their email list where you'll be cooked, you'll be sold to, right? And that's beautiful actually. And so you're going to be taking the question: how much are you willing to invest into growing your channel? All of that is to qualify you. How many subscribers do you currently have? To learn more about you. Then other questions which you then complete. Then also remember you entered your email here. That's really where you take it. Now I entered it and I've been getting emails on, I mean, comment to subscribe, that kind of thing. All right. So this helps the team qualify you for you to go through so they know more about you and how to help you with your scorecard and if you qualify for the program. All right. I think, yeah, so that's it. Then of course, so either ways you're gonna come back to come and buy. Right? But now let's continue on what we're talking about here, how you get to what this funnel is actually. So we broke it further into four parts. This what the VSL is, the VSL that gets you to buy, right? First is level one, where he spoke about the level one of growing on YouTube, posting your first 10 videos and what to focus on. Then in level two, he said how to get good enough and not to worry about niching down so you can get to know YouTube better and learning more about yourself. This involves your first 10 videos as well. Then spoke about level three, spoke about how to scale your YouTube and things to know. Then next is how to stand out. He gives guys on how to stand out, building systems, right? If you've watched my previous video on the landing page, I'm going to show you in a jiffy or in a minute, right? System, which is the core of his program, right? Posting and doing your market research, then he positioned the course. Now, what he did now is to amplify the problem, then position his solution, his product as a solution. Then now he's bringing you, he's the bridge connecting to it. Now, what he does with his sales copy or his page now is to connect you from your problem to the solution and sell you the dream on what happens when you're connected. So now he's positioning his course as the solution to achieve the result faster. So now we're done with how to get them interested. Now next is how he gets them to buy, which is the most interesting part of things. So I was telling you about a page that some of the ads are running to. So before we used to have, the academy and the affiliate beneath, but now affiliate is taking out just the academy now. Um, this used to, okay, yeah, this is just it. So I'm not going to go through this. It's simple actually. It just explains it. This is the main thing, and so let's get straight into this. So he brings you to the landing page, right? So now we're going to be talking about the audience circumstance. So before they get to the landing page, right, you've probably seen his YouTube video or seen him with their hero creator, and they are curious to see what is inside this program. Of course, connection with Ali Abdaal after seeing his old video 6 to 7 years back when he was starting out. They trust him because they already got free value from him. The audience want to solve their problem, and they have they have time for and money for the problem. And they have read his book on productivity and trust his work. They have attended one of his YouTube physical workshop, right? And of course, now before we get to the landing page of Alia, let's quickly go over the audience circumstance. Yeah, oh, shoot, I think I missed that, which is what we just went through. Then at this stage, before we get to the landing page, they already know, like, and trust him. so it's easier. So of course, he does his normal VSL, very simple, right? If you want to learn more about this, you can look at the last video I made on earlier, that I'm going to link somewhere around that will guide you on this landing page breakdown. Then this is basically a sales letter, right? More explaining more about the videos. So this is simple, right? You can go to the previous video, so I don't spend too much time on this. Then of course in this section, he kind of like start bringing them to the solution, right? The VSL practically just intensifies the pain and talks about how other people have used it and it worked for them and how you can work for you too. Then now he's bringing he position is like a secret, like a secret to fulfilling your YouTube dreams or something around that number around that. Then next is the part time. Next is okay, yeah, he's making them problem aware, right? More like for those that are not aware, whatever circumstance they be, so he's making is identifying the problem more, right? And they don't know they have a problem, they know the solution, and he's handing them the this is not the accelerator. Yeah, sorry, yes, it's handling them the accelerator of the solution, more like how to achieve results faster. I don't want to make this video long, it's getting too long, so I'm just gonna like rush through. Then so he said okay, now he's making them problem aware. They now know they have a problem, they know the solution, and he's giving handing them the accelerator for that solution. When you sell, you want to provide free value for first for a good example. And a good example of free value is showing them what, then eventually sell them the how. Right? From this point, he's going to marinate the product into them. The next, he's going to send them, blast them with testimonials. And he broke the proof down into three groups for beginners, intermediate, and advanced guys. So you don't feel left out. That's something you want to do on your own landing page as well, right? Then next he kind of like does he filters the leads. If you know you want to get rich quick scheme, this is not for you. So that's what he does here. The next is position the offer, right? You can just look at the last previous to learn more about this. It's simple, right? And he also has his FAQ. So the way he does FAQ is to you want to list out the questions based off the most asked rather. So yeah, that's it for this funnel. I hope you found value. Hopefully my next video will make it not too long because this is getting too long. Right, so that's how I left that beautiful funnel, right? So they go from we got the traffic, then send them to make them be interested in project, the program, right? From the VSL, or rather a couple of VSLs. This is the main one that launched the program. Then landing page is where he makes the sale. Then some if you don't some persons get into the most email list, some don't. Right? Actually if you do, you get sold to come and buy more. If you don't, then they probably they don't really care that much. Which is why I feel like if they really put together all their traffic, they will be making more money than they are making right now. So this is the first video I'm making up. This is the first breakdown I'm making, which is why this is too long. My next, I'm gonna make it simpler. If you guys want simpler ones, so I don't have to like keep you long here. So if you're interested in building a landing page that converts, landing page that help you sell your course, your coaching program, I am your guy, and you can just book a free call beneath, and I'll see you inside. It's free. We're just gonna chat. And the worst case scenario, you go out with value on how to improve your course sales for free. All right. Of course, see you inside, and of course, see you next time. Cheers.